Hell yeah. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Thank you so much, Brittany. That was a lovely reading, and thank you to Sarah Bell Mental for sending it in. I'm going to tell you now how to send your own stories, because as you can see, we like silly. We also like very authentic, heart-wrenching. We'll get more of that for sure. But if you, I like that. I can hear you laughing, Emily. I love that. If you would like to hear your story read, which honestly, I do think that Grown Up Storytime is one of the most unique community theater projects on the planet. You can, thank you. Look, thanks. Yeah, it is. Because there's just something about being able to hear your stories read by somebody else, and then there's also something about being an audience member and knowing that technically you and the person up here, we're all connected together. So this white piece of paper that if you have not grabbed one, you can probably find one. They are around our program. Oh, they're also up. Are they up here? And they're on the bar. There we go. On the back, that is where you'll find that both our Instagram and also our email. If you want to, we're always accepting stories. We just probably won't get back to you till we get closer to choosing stories again. Although, I don't know, now that we have more woman power, like we're kind of killing it on response time. Thank you, Amanda. But you can send stories whenever. We will hopefully have workshops once things calm down just a little bit. But you can always send in a story, and we're happy to. We have story parties now that happen the week before where we read the stories together. And it's just, anyone in here, all of you could have your story up here, I promise. And I really hope that you do, because we're going to keep doing story time, and we're going to need more stories. So please submit stories, please. Let's get our next story going. We've got this is, look, I have been so looking forward to this, really because I hurt my back this past weekend moving a whiskey barrel. That was real dumb. And so like my back is very stiff, and this next story, it's about like what is it? The motion is your lotion. I don't know. Now I'm embarrassing myself. Great. Keisha Breaker is going to read The Lemon Drop by Kirsten Dorrier, and that's all I'm going to tell you. There you go.
And Blair, it's the ocean in my motion. There you go. All right. The Lemon Drop. A typical Saturday morning in San Marcos for your average local, more than not, includes a pit stop at the farmer's market. They're the early birds, arriving at opening before it livens up, grabbing a carton of eggs while Daniel still has them. They're in, they're out, and they've got a busy Saturday ahead. The mid-morning crowd trickles in, and they come in to grab a cup of coffee from Red Bud Roosters, and they hang out under the tent designated specifically for loitering. By noontime rolls around, the rest of the usual suspects arrive on the struggle bus. They're there to reunite with their friends and to help gather pieces of the puzzle to the prior evening's antics. Less than 10 hours since last call, and they're looking for what's next on the weekend docket. This tent is held the pulse of the weekend. You are guaranteed to find something to do with your afternoon or evening by swinging by and schmoozing for a little while. On this particular fall morning, I caught wind of the Martindale Chili Cook-Off. I heard of this annual event before, but had never made the 7-mile trip down Highway 80 to check it out. Texans love chili. Relationships have crumbled over arguments about whether or not beans belong. The moment temperatures in Texas get below 65 degrees, H-E-B's shelves of chili and chili fixings go bare. One time I was at a hostel bar in SE Asia, drinking a club soda and playing Connect 4 with another traveler when I mentioned that I was from Texas. The Welsh bartender lit up and said, "I love Texas." She had visited friends here before. I told her that her Dallas trip didn't really count and that she needed to make another visit. As it turned out, She'd already planned on it. She asked me what would be the most Texas thing that I could eat while I was visiting. I gave her good consideration. Barbecue, ribeye steak? Too obvious. When it occurred to me, chili Frito pie. You know. She and my Connect 4 partner gave me the fuck look. So I go on to explain, ooh, y'all, it is so good. It's a spiced ground beef on a bed of corn chips, and you can add cheese and sour cream. So, like, nachos? No, what? No, not even. Entirely different. Fritos are a very special type of corn chip, not tortilla chips. Is my Texas showing? I argued it would be life-changing, and they understandably brushed me off as another obnoxious Texan. Whatever. Chili is Texas as fuck. Martindale's damn chili cook-off is a benefit for the Youth Services Bureau, and I'm not really sure where most of the competitors come from, but I suppose any excuse to pop up an easy up, let down a truck bed, set your table, and cook some beef with your boys is gonna bring some interesting folks out. Plus, BYOB, I'm there. The competition brought out all sorts of characters. A few of my friends were present with their social club, the San Marcos Facial Hair Club. Good people out there to have a good time. Other groups I recognized included the bartenders from the Showdown, and then there were the brothers that owned the Alvin's Ords. But overall, it was mostly a bunch of men I'd never met before and probably wouldn't encounter again outside of something like a motorcycle rally. While I was there, I actually had some flashbacks to rallies I attended with my dad, back when I was probably too little and too young to understand the things that I witnessed. I was desensitized to saggy tits by the age 10. I remember watching an organized contest at a motorcycle rally called Bite the Wiener. Basically, a motorcycle is driven and it's by one person, and it's 99 out of 100 times, it's a man. And with the passenger, that's 999 times out of 1,000, a woman. Well, there's this hot dog kind of suspended from the air like something like a fishing line, and the passenger attempts to bite it while the bike is in motion. No hands allowed. It's incredibly comical to witness, even for a 10-year-old girl who had no idea that it was really being insinuated. I still remember the one who won it all. In my eyes, at the time, she seemed like a full-grown woman, but in hindsight, she might have been 18. When it was her turn, she snatched that hot dog with a bite like a pro, and the announcer taunted, I bet your daddy didn't even know you were here. And she celebrated her victorious performance and shouted back, this is my daddy. Grown-ups play some weird games. I think to myself as I watch the leather-clad, overweight couple over 60 get way too frisky next time next to the porta potties. Anyway, back to the chili cook-off. So my friends and I are getting the lay of the land in Martindale, and it's really not as big of an event as any of us expected. We loop around a few times and scope out the music, get some chili samples. There are some really good contenders that are not for the faint of heart, but we weren't in the judging business. We heard eruptions of laughter and noise coming from a crowd way across the stage. We couldn't tell what was going on, but it was obvious that everyone's curiosity had been piqued, so we walked in that direction. As we nudged our way through the crowd, we could see it's a game, a race? What is happening here? I could only see the tops of the heads, but they all seemed to be really focused on the task at hand. One of them was clearly making his way further along than the others. He crossed the finish line and everyone cheered. As the crowd disappeared, I got a little closer and you got up front row seat for the next heat. The lemon drop. Well, it's a race of sorts where each contender has a lemon on the ground in front of them, and the second lemon is in the bottom of a pantyhose. Hose? Hoe. Singular, just one leg. That pantyhose is suspended from the waistband, straight down their legs, and the objective of the lemon drop is to swing your pantyhose and to knock your ground lemon across the line, about 25 feet or so away. It's a hands-free, croquet-esque glimpse into the bedrooms of all the men participating. Oh man, and I thought the bite the wiener thing was comical. I didn't know there was a recommended technique for dry humping a lemon swing, but everyone out there was giving it their all. There was a slow, steady tap, tap, tapper. And then there was he did this with precise, simple thrusts. And then there was this more erratic, forceful swing, no aim, action Jackson, and there was a fella who was a steady pendulum motion. I think that guy ended up taking the prize. These dudes were so focused on the lemon-to-lemon contact while all the crowd just gawked and guffawed at their undulations. I howled with laughter, all in the name of fun. I think of the lemon drop when I need to remember not to take myself or anything else too seriously. Play is a natural state, and it is important to be humbled by looking silly sometimes. We need to enjoy the weird human games we find ourselves characters in. Thank you.